Admiral, I want to start with you. You have some firsthand experience when it comes to these transitions. And I wanted to get your take on what the president-elect deemed the stonewalling by the Trump administration. Do you agree with his assessment that this is something that could be taken advantage of and exploited by our adversaries? Explain to us why this is so dangerous.
Yeah, the right word, Jonathan, is dangerous. And yes, I've been involved as a senior official working directly for both the Secretary of the Navy and the Secretary of Defense during periods of transition. So I've seen this firsthand. And I'll give you three quick ones. There are tactical problems, operational problems, and strategic problems. So tactically, let's imagine that we see movement on the Korean Peninsula. That intelligence flow, that buildup of information is not available to the Biden team, yet they walk in the door, literally, January 20th. They're blinded. Secondly, operationally, the decisions being made right now about where to move a carrier strike group, for example, toward the Arabian Gulf. We've just moved one in there. We've moved Tomahawk shooting missiles in there. What's the operational rationale behind that? What's the logistics behind that? You don't want to walk in blind to that on January 20th. And then finally, Jonathan, at the strategic level, the incoming team needs to understand at least a snapshot of what the outgoing team is thinking about and how they're connecting the dots on how we face China, for example, in the South China Sea. Freedom of navigation patrols continue. So there are real world consequences here. And I absolutely call on the Pentagon officials who are indeed Trump loyalists, who walked in the door less than a month ago at the very senior levels, including the acting Secretary of Defense. Let's do the right thing here for the nation.
Well, and that brings us, Richard Haass, to one of the top three foreign policy stories you're looking at as we wrap up 2020 and head into 2021, and that is the change from the Trump administration to the Biden administration. How do you view all of this from a big picture perspective as it relates to our national security going forward?
It makes it difficult for the new administration to get out of the blocks at the speed you'd like. But these are experienced people. And places like the Pentagon, you've got the uniformed military, which will still be there after January 20th, is highly professional. So I actually think the new administration there will catch up. I'm actually more worried about areas where they're simply not going to know what was said and done. For example, in U.S.-Russian relations or U.S.-China relations, in the private communications this president had with his counterparts. And one of the big things the Biden administration is going to have to deal with is going to be the reemergence of great power rivalry, above all with China, a China that's far more assertive abroad, far more repressive at home. It's also wealthier. It's coming out of this pandemic in very good shape relative to others. And that, to me, is going to be one of the fundamental challenges facing the Biden administration.
Richard, I want to just drill down a little bit more on China and our relationship there. Our relationship with our allies, if you will, can, I think, be recovered by Biden. But dealing with China, what do you see the biggest challenge Biden faces? Because we're dealing on so many issues. Like you said, there are national security and their aggressiveness, for example, as what they may be doing towards Taiwan. And there's also what their control over Hong Kong. But I also look at the tariffs that were put in place by this administration and the relationship and the stress it caused between the tariffs and the COVID or coronavirus response by this administration and how they blame China. What exactly is Biden walking into, and what would be the first thing he should try and tackle to maybe temper our relationship a little bit?
I actually think the most important thing we could do vis-a-vis China is get ourselves in order. If we're going to compete with China, the United States has to be working on all cylinders. That means getting COVID under control. It means getting the U.S. economy going.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.